How was Atria created? Atria was originally a group of companies that had been started by the utilities, the electrical utilities in Ontario. They stepped into a bit of a gap years ago, late 90s, 98, 99, and started running fibre, where the incumbent wasn't necessarily running some fibre at that time for large companies in their territories, and probably as much motivated by economic development for their area as entering the business. From there, they grew. They eventually started incorporating managed services, lighting up the fibre. And in, I guess, 2005, the name Atria came about when we merged the utility businesses in Waterloo and Wellington. So the Guelph, Cambridge, Waterloo, Kitchener territory. From there, we were sold to Birch Hill Equity Partners in the fall of 2006. And since that time, we've acquired another 5 utility companies or their assets. In terms of fibre, we have roughly 4,500 route kilometers of fibre in the province of Ontario. We're in 8 cities. We have office in 8 cities. And we have quite a range of customers, but we have also a much higher number of sites. We've specialized really in multi-sited companies or public sectors like boards of education. Customers range. I think the customers began with clients that needed a large amount of bandwidth in a lot of the smaller cities and towns in Ontario that wasn't available. So we have insurance companies, we have large manufacturing firms, but we also have a lot of boards of education and municipal sector clients, because as you can imagine, the hydros were owned by cities. It was natural to start incorporating those clients together onto the networks. Network upgrades are underway, and I think for us the growth is actually increased again at rates that we hadn't seen since 2001, 2002, largely driven, I think, by video applications and the migration of voice over to an IP structure. So our upgrades now are 10-fold and 40-fold in some cases, where we're going to 10 gig wavelength. So throughout central Ontario, we'll have 400 gigabits running between the cities. Atria's voice plans, we've looked at this at great length over a period of time. We are aware that voice can be purchased in a number of ways, and that there are voice hosts that specialize in this. I think we're in a position where if we can provide voice as well or better than any of the other carriers, most specifically because it's on a network that we have control of, that we own the facilities of, we will bring out the service in the fall. Trials will be underway over the summer. In terms of where the network will go in the future, right now we're definitely focused on the province of Ontario. The goal is clearly to have a contiguous network that we can service the province of Ontario with. It's a large market in Canada. It's the largest market in Canada. We do have some assets on the other side of the river in Ottawa area, and that's largely because we service the public sector in that area, and they're on both sides of the river. In terms of plans to leave the province, there are none at this time, but there's certainly lots of growth left for us here.